Social media went nuts when Shaquille O'Neal stepped up to help this guy pay for his girlfriend's engagement ring.
While many celebrities seem to give back only when the cameras are rolling, Shaquille O'Neal has a different approach. His acts of kindness often go unnoticed, quietly changing lives without the need for public applause. He is one of the few celebrities who truly uses his wealth to help others and make the world a better place, rather than spending it solely on himself.
Shaq is a great guy, and for him to come out here with this kind of time and this kind of commitment is just literally tremendous.
Join us as we share some heartwarming moments when Shaq helps people, even when no one is watching. 19. Consoles two boys. I don't know about you, but I love it the most when I see someone helping children through a tough time, and NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal did just that. On his way to deliver Thanksgiving turkeys for his annual Shaq-a-Claus event, Shaq witnessed a head-on collision while on duty with the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Immediately, he and fellow deputies rushed to the scene, where they found two young boys shaken by the accident. Shaq, who's known for his Superman nickname, didn't hesitate to console the boys. Despite his towering frame, he knelt down to reassure them, offering words of comfort that only someone with a big heart and gentle spirit could provide. Photos and video captured the NBA star with a hand on each of the boys' shoulders, his face full of empathy and care. The Broward Sheriff's Office shared the moment on Facebook, applauding Shaq for stepping in during such a sensitive situation. Though fortunately, no one was hurt in the accident, the emotional impact on the children was evident, and Shaq's presence made a difference. 18. Shaq buys homeless man food. When Shaquille O'Neal stepped into a McDonald's in Las Vegas, he only wanted a quick meal. But as the four-time NBA champion scanned the restaurant, he noticed a homeless man sitting quietly at a table, clearly without any food. Without hesitation, Shaq approached him, gently asking how many chicken sandwiches he'd like to eat for the day.
Hungry, big man? How many you want? One or two?
After treating the man to a sandwich, Shaq's day took another unexpected turn. At the counter, he noticed another customer proudly sporting a Lakers logo shaved into his hair, a tribute to Shaq's former team. Without a second thought, Shaq covered this fan's meal too, adding 2 chicken sandwiches to his order. It's remarkable how Shaq's gestures were driven purely by a sense of respect for others. He's often shared his motivation. Coming from humble beginnings, he knows that having wealth doesn't make him any better than others. In his words, just because I have more than the average guy doesn't mean I'm better. Moments like these show Shaq's genuine appreciation for people, recognizing that kindness can be as uplifting as any trophy. 17. Home donation.
Shaquille O'Neal, he has done it again. The big guy, as you can see there. Shaq is now reaching out, helping a family affected by a senseless act of violence.
Isaiah Payton was only 12 years old when his life changed forever. Leaving a high school football game, a stray bullet struck him in the spine, leaving him paralyzed from the chest down. Since that night, Isaiah had remained in the hospital. His family's home was simply not equipped for a child with his new needs. When Shaquille O'Neal heard about Isaiah's situation, he knew he had to help. Reaching out to Isaiah's mother, Shaq arranged to move the family into a 1-bedroom home in the College Park neighborhood of Atlanta. He pledged to cover their rent for a year and even arranged for new furniture and TVs to help them settle in. Shaq shared, "No mother should have to go through that," expressing his genuine empathy for Isaiah's family. Through his ties with Papa John's, Shaq even got support from CEO Rob Lynch and board chairman Jeff Smith, who contributed to the cause. Shaq's kindness ensured that Isaiah could finally leave the hospital, giving his family the accessible, safe space they needed to start rebuilding their lives. 16. Shaq shows Spanish kids his generosity.
Yeah, he didn't know who you were, so I showed him a video.
And Shaq hasn't forgot what it's like to be that kid who dreamed of a better life.
Imagine the happiness on the faces of two boys in a small computer store in Spain when Shaquille O'Neal, the former NBA star, surprised them with a generous gift. The boys had been spending their days in the store, playing on the computers, dreaming of owning a device of their own. When Shaq noticed them, he didn't just walk by. He decided to make their day unforgettable. Without hesitation, he bought each of them a laptop, a gesture so unexpected that one boy could hardly believe it, asking in disbelief, "What is this?" It wasn't just about the laptops for Shaq. It was about recognizing himself in those kids. Growing up, he remembered what it was like to peer into windows, dreaming of things he couldn't afford. Shaq's upbringing taught him the value of kindness and giving back, a lesson he continues to pass on through moments like these. The store staff also deserved praise for their kindness, letting the boys come in daily to use the computers without expecting anything in return. 15. Delivers pizza. You might think that Shaq is too arrogant to do ordinary jobs, but you'd be surprised to learn that he once delivered pizza to a little girl, sparking a moment of pure, heartwarming humor. Shaquille O'Neal, as a brand ambassador and owner of several Papa John's stores, often takes his role a step further by surprising people with free pizzas. During one of his goodwill visits, he pulled up to a neighborhood, ready to hand out pizza and bring smiles. But the fun really began when a young girl, gazing up at the towering NBA legend, innocently asked, "Are you Michael Jordan?"
Excuse me, are you Michael Jordan?
No, I'm better than Michael Jordan. My name is Shaq O'Neal,
Hi.
and I'm giving out free pizza.
In true Shaq style, he responded with a grin and his signature humor, claiming he was better than Michael Jordan. Introducing himself as Shaq O'Neal, he announced he was giving out free pizza and playfully suggested asking everyone's grandma for permission to take some, reminding everyone to always listen to their grandma. His quick wit left the girl giggling, and she happily accepted the pizza. 14. Helps woman on the road. Speaking of times when Shaq helped people when no one was looking, the NBA legend recently came to the aid of a woman stranded on Interstate 75 in Alachua County, Florida. Shaquille O'Neal, known not only for his towering presence on the court, but also for his kindness of it, pulled over after witnessing the woman's car accident. Her tire had blown out, leaving her stranded on the side of the busy highway. True to his compassionate nature, Shaq didn't just check on her briefly, he stayed by her side until law enforcement arrived, ensuring she felt safe and supported in a stressful situation. When the deputies from the Alachua County Sheriff's Department arrived, Shaq handed over the situation and even shared a fist bump with the officers, a warm gesture that showed his friendly connection with law enforcement. The department later posted a video of the event, which quickly went viral, reaching hundreds of thousands of views. But this isn't Shaq's first roadside rescue. A few years back, he comforted children involved in a car crash near Thanksgiving, showing that lending a hand is a recurring theme in his life. Known as a reserve deputy in several states, including Florida, Shaq is a real-life hero, often showing up when people need him most. 13. Furniture shopping. If you are a single mother, you surely know that expensive home makeovers are out of the question, especially with a large family to care for. But Shaquille O'Neal is all about changing lives, and during Thanksgiving, he did just that for a single mother of 8.
Oh my gosh.
Partnering with ATL Uncensored, Shaq surprised the mother while she was shopping for a few home decor items. Little did she know, her day was about to take a heartwarming turn. When Shaq learned about her situation, he decided to cover an entire shopping spree for her and her kids, transforming their home with new furniture. Known for his generous heart, Shaq has a long track record of surprising people with gifts, ranging from laptops to food, as we already know. This time, it was an entire household of furniture, ensuring the family would have a comfortable, stylish place to gather and make memories. And you know what? It's not about how much money you have, it's about how much you're willing to give. Shaq's kindness reminds us all of the joy that comes from giving, especially to those who need it most. 12. Generous donations. However, buying furniture for a single mother is not the last time Shaq has shown his generosity. Recently, Shaquille O'Neal made another remarkable contribution, this time to Meals on Wheels Atlanta. Partnering with the General Auto and Monster Customs, Shaq helped upgrade one of the organization's delivery vans and donated $15,000 to assist with its essential mission.
So this is the Meals on Wheels,
This is
baby?
the Meal on Wheels, done with the custom wrap on it. Wanted to be able to showcase everything that's being done to help out everybody in Atlanta.
Meals on Wheels Atlanta, a lifeline for many seniors in the city, has worked tirelessly to deliver meals to those in need, especially during the challenges of the pandemic.
Their business is not struggling during the pandemic. It's actually booming.
Arriving in Atlanta to unveil the newly refurbished van, Shaq met with the Meals on Wheels team, including Chief Marketing Officer Hillary Baker. She explained the organization's commitment to ensuring no senior goes hungry and the impact their deliveries have on allowing seniors to live independently.
This community has to support this age group. They were here for us, they built this city, and we have to be here for them.
The organization, originally a small soup kitchen, had rapidly scaled up as Atlanta's senior community grew, but their operations were struggling to keep pace with demand. The updated delivery van, featuring a custom wrap by Monster Customs, not only brings style, but much-needed functionality to the team. Alongside the van, the $15,000 donation will allow Meals on Wheels to adopt an entire delivery route, ensuring more seniors receive regular meals. 11. Shaq surprises Atlanta staple Moods Music. Nestled in Little 5 Points, Moods Music has been a haven for music lovers for over 20 years, offering an eclectic selection of vinyl and a cozy space for discovering underground and independent sounds. When Shaq learned that the pandemic had hit this small business hard, he partnered with the General Insurance to bring a little hope back to its owner, Daryl Harris.
I'm Daryl Harris. I own Moods Music here in Atlanta. We celebrated 20 years back in September. You know, I just love what I do.
During his visit, Shaq got a chance to hear Daryl's story and learn about Moods Music's special place in the community. Daryl, who celebrated the store's 20th anniversary just months earlier, expressed his passion for creating a space where people could feel at home. His loyal customers had even rallied together during the pandemic, contributing to a GoFundMe to help keep the store afloat. Shaq was moved by this resilience and the sense of community around Moods Music, and he shared his own fond memories of making mixtapes and scratching records. To show his support, Shaq decided to make a $5,000 purchase in vinyl, an exciting boost to the store. And then, in a heartwarming surprise, he brought in Alicia from the General, who announced an additional $15,000 donation to help Daryl keep his doors open. 10. Shaq helps when no one's watching. Many celebrities participate in various humanitarian actions, but too often it is more about better marketing than genuine care. However, Shaq helps people even when no one is watching. He connected with each family, giving out food, smiles, laughs, and even a few heartfelt hugs. His warm, approachable nature filled the atmosphere with joy as he moved through the crowd, cracking jokes and taking photos with anyone who wanted a memory of the moment. The event was a blend of joy and humility, with Shaq reminding everyone that kindness matters. Witnesses spoke of his big heart and how he took the time to engage with as many people as possible. 9. Buys a ring. If you were wondering what else Shaq does when no one is watching, here's a story to warm your heart. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal was at a Zales jewelry store in Atlanta when he noticed a young man, Dalton Davis, contemplating the purchase of an engagement ring for his girlfriend. Dalton, who had been considering his payment options, wasn't aware that a helping hand was nearby. Shaq, overhearing Dalton's conversation,
this is the first time. Every time you come in,
decided to step in, covering the full cost of the ring. Dalton initially tried to politely decline, likely surprised by the generous offer from the towering figure standing beside him. But with Shaq's charm and insistence, Dalton finally accepted, grateful for the unexpected help. Just 5 days later, Dalton proposed to his girlfriend of 6 years, Hannah, with Inside Edition capturing the beautiful moment. Hannah, blissfully unaware of Shaq's involvement, was delighted when Inside Edition showed her the viral video of Shaq's generous act for the first time. The couple, overjoyed, even extended an invitation to Shaq, hoping he'll be part of their big day. 8. Buys teen 10 pairs of shoes. This 13-year-old boy had a big problem literally. With a size 18 foot, finding shoes was not only difficult but also costly, and his mom struggled to afford sneakers that fit. Fortunately, NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal heard about his situation, and it struck a personal chord. Shaq, who famously wears a size 22 himself, remembered how his own parents struggled to find affordable shoes for him when he was a growing teen. Moved by the story, he decided to help. Surprising the young basketball player at his favorite shoe store,
I don't care what you're talking about. And I'm gonna give you some money for a suit too. I'm gonna give you some money for a suit. Yeah, she's gonna take you in a suit. Walking that thing like this.
Shaq made the moment unforgettable by buying him 10 pairs of sneakers. For the boy's mom, the relief was immense. She no longer had to worry about finding and affording the right shoes for her son. For years, he had been squeezing into whatever they could find, often going without a properly fitting pair. Shaq's gift meant her son could finally play, dress up, and just walk comfortably. Shaq later reflected on the impact others had on his life when he was young and how he's always felt a duty to pass on that kindness. He saw this as more than just a gift of shoes. It was a way to give hope and encouragement to a young athlete who, like him, had big dreams and an even bigger need for support. 7. Buys all the toys. There is no child who wouldn't be thrilled to have Shaquille O'Neal as their holiday helper, and with his annual Shaq-a-Claus event, he's making those dreams come true. Every year, Shaq takes over a toy store, filling cart after cart with gifts for children in need.
I'm on Netflix right now. I'm a creature of habit of Netflix. So what am I watching now? Oh, I just watched a Ryan Reynolds movie.
This time, he had his friend Damon Jones, former NBA point guard, by his side. Their playful energy turned the shopping spree into a comedy show, with Shaq and Damon singing, dancing, and joking as they stacked toys into their carts. Shaq picked out everything from remote-controlled cars to Barbie dolls, action figures, and even mini-yachts. He couldn't help but laugh as he loaded up, admitting that a few of the toys might be for him as much as the kids. Damon, meanwhile, got so wrapped up in testing out the toys that Shaq had to pull him over as a joke, pretending to be the store's sheriff to keep things in line. But despite the laughter, Shaq's heart remained on his mission. Shaq-a-Claus is about bringing joy to kids who need it most, reminding them that someone out there cares. 6. Buys new car and wardrobe for Mark Madsen. However, Shaq is not only a person who cares deeply for those in need. This time, he set his sights on helping a former teammate, Mark Madsen. Known for his modest lifestyle and grounded nature, Mark stood out in the NBA world for keeping true to his values, a quality that Shaq admired greatly. To Shaq, Mark was the purest guy in the NBA. Seeing this, Shaq felt an instinct to protect him from the pressures of fame. Unlike other rookies drawn into the flash and glitz of the NBA lifestyle, Mark stayed clear of it. So, Shaq took him on a shopping spree, determined to ensure Mark felt part of the team without compromising his principles. From suits to a truck, Shaq made sure his friend had what he needed. At a car dealership, Shaq even negotiated to help Mark get a good deal on a truck, making sure he had reliable transportation without the excessive luxury often expected of NBA stars.
Gave him money to give a down payment on a new car.
I did, because Mad Dog was the purest NBA guy I've ever met.
Yeah?
He really was. And I had to protect that.
Beyond just material things, Shaq's protectiveness extended into everyday situations. He would arrange for Mark to stay on certain hotel floors to avoid any compromising environments. 5. Shaq buys sneakers for a 6-year-old. If all these stories have blown your mind so far, wait until you hear the story about Shaq and a little boy named Zion. 6-year-old Zion was in a store with his parents, and he wasn't happy. His parents were buying him a winter coat, when all he really wanted was a new pair of sneakers. Frustrated, he started to cry, probably feeling like no one understood his disappointment. Then, out of nowhere, Zion looked up to see a towering figure, none other than NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal. Noticing the situation, Shaq leaned down and gave Zion a gentle talk about listening to his parents and the importance of being grateful. But Shaq didn't stop there. He decided to make Zion's day a bit brighter, buying him not only 1 but 2 pairs of sneakers and the coat his parents had chosen. As a thoughtful touch, he even threw in a pair of socks for Zion's dad. For Zion, the day went from disappointment to pure joy, thanks to a few words of wisdom and the kindness of a giant man he'd only seen on TV. 4. Shaq donates to school kids. It is clear to you that Shaq is someone who spends his money on the right things. Recently, Shaquille O'Neal, partnering with Zappos and Amazon, gave away essential supplies to over 2,200 grade school students in Las Vegas. Shoes and jackets to backpacks and notebooks, Shaq ensured these kids had what they needed for a successful school year, a gesture inspired by his own childhood, growing up with limited resources and 5 siblings. Shaq believes that a new pair of shoes or a sturdy backpack can do wonders for a child's confidence, especially at an age when feeling included matters so much. Reflecting on his own early struggles with academics, he shared that education was once challenging for him. But with encouragement, he discovered his passion for learning, something he now emphasizes to all young people. 3. He hands out 800 gifts to kids. In cooperation with a local learning and support center, Shaquille O'Neal recently celebrated his 19th year of bringing joy to children in need by distributing 800 gifts to local kids. The event was heartwarming and lively, with excited children lining up for their chance to meet Shaq and receive a gift. Known for his deep compassion and commitment to giving back, Shaq's generosity was on full display as he took time to talk with each child.
You see that I started following you? Okay, good.
Making sure they felt seen and valued. The gifts ranged from toys to essential items, each chosen to brighten the holiday season and provide comfort to families who might otherwise struggle to afford such treats. The atmosphere was electric, filled with the smiles and laughter of kids thrilled by their unexpected treasures. Shaq's dedication to the cause goes beyond the spotlight. He genuinely wants to make a difference, bringing his warmth and humor to every encounter. 2. Buys van and truck for family. If there were more people like Shaq, you know the world would be a better place. Shaq's kindness touched a family of 11 in a way they'll never forget, bringing them joy, support, and a much-needed change. Recently, Shaquille O'Neal surprised the Collins family, who were struggling with reliable transportation. First, he took them out to dinner, sharing laughs and stories over a meal at Babe's Chicken. But that was just the beginning. Seeing that the family's current vehicle, a smaller van with faulty air conditioning, wasn't suited to their needs, Shaq brought them to a Mercedes dealership and bought them a 15-passenger van, perfect for their big crew. But he didn't stop there. Spotting the father's old truck, which also had broken heating and cooling, Shaq immediately arranged for a new truck at a Ford dealership. The family was overjoyed, sharing on social media that they were blessed like never before. Shaq's generosity didn't stop with vehicles. At dinner, he paid for another table's entire bill and tipped a waitress $1,000 when he learned her car had broken down. Beyond the gifts, he spent time with each family member, encouraging them and speaking words of inspiration. 1. Buys new appliances. Just imagine running into Shaquille O'Neal while shopping for a new washing machine, only to have him surprise you by buying it, and more. That's exactly what happened to a young couple in Dallas. Shaq, known not just for his towering presence, but for his big-hearted generosity, was browsing at a local Best Buy when he struck up a conversation with the couple, who were there to purchase a much-needed washing machine. After a few friendly exchanges, Shaq decided to make their day unforgettable. He not only paid for the washing machine, but also threw in a 70-inch TV, covering both with his own credit card.
Well, they were looking for a washing machine, so not only did he pay for the appliance, he also bought them a brand new 70-inch TV. Yeah, he told Page 6 he just wants to make people happy.
Shaq, who was picking up a few things for his new Dallas home, later shared that he does this simply because he wants to make people happy. His spontaneous generosity has become something of a legend, transforming everyday shopping trips into moments of kindness and inspiration. For the young couple, what started as a typical errand turned into a story they'll tell for years. Who knew a trip to Best Buy could turn into such an uplifting encounter? Why do you think Shaq chooses to help people without seeking much public recognition? What does this say about his character or values? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more.